Stoics actually predates Stoicism. It was Socrates who first stated that the purpose of philosophy was to consider dying and being dead. The Stoics took this very important lesson and used it as inspiration. After all, you could die at any moment, so you should use that to inform everything you do, say, and think. You shouldn't wait to live a life of virtue. There is no time like the present to follow a virtuous life, because you may not have a future. While you might think that considering your death might be depressing, that's only the case if you miss the point. To a Stoic, the thought of death is inspirational as well as humbling. Seneca advised to think you may not wake up tomorrow when you go to bed, and then you may not sleep again when you wake up the next day. Constantly reminding yourself that life is short, so you should make the most of whatever time you have left, should be a motivation to be your very best self all the time. This can be difficult to maintain, as death is one of the few taboos remaining in Western culture. Many of us are afraid to even consider it, let alone regularly meditate on it. From a Stoic perspective, however, if you have striven to live a meaningful life, there is nothing to be afraid of. Death comes to us all. It's a part of the natural cycle of life, so you cannot escape it. Doesn't it make sense to prepare for it by giving your life purpose? Now, it is easy to get caught up in fantasies when you start thinking about what you could do if this were your last day alive. If you knew you only had 24 hours to live, the chances are high you do all sorts of outrageous things, like stay off work, do something fun with your family and friends, and maybe even break a few laws because there's no chance of punishment. This isn't exactly a sustainable way of leading, and it's certainly not what the Stoics intended when they taught the practice of memento mori. Instead, you should be thinking about how you would feel if you died unexpectedly. Had you practiced kindness? Had you worked as hard as you could? Did you attempt to be your best self at all times? In short, if you left this earth now, would you be happy with your legacy? When you consider death from this perspective, it shouldn't be depressing or fearful. Instead, it should drive you towards making the most of every single day. Did you spend enough time with your children, or did you play silly games on your phone instead? Did you binge watch Netflix instead of phoning your parents? In short, was this the best possible day you could have had, even if it was completely ordinary? Practical exercises. Read biographies and autobiographies about death and dying. One of the best ways to demystify and remove the stigma around death is to immerse yourself in it. Reading memoirs on the subject can help you see how others have approached it and what they have learned through their experiences. Look at the biography section of bookshops, libraries, or Amazon for any that appeal to you, or if you need a few suggestions to get you started. You could try Nothing to be Frightened of by Julian Barnes, When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi, The Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion, The Bright Hour, a memoir of living and dying by Nina Riggs, The End of Your Life Book Club by Will Schwald, or Dying, a memoir by Corey Taylor. Plan your funeral and write your own eulogy. Planning your funeral is a good idea, regardless of whether you're a Stoic or not. Not only is it surprisingly good fun, there's a lot to be said for making it easy for your loved ones to know what to do when the time comes to say goodbye. While funerals are for the living, knowing that it reflects exactly what you wanted gives a lot of reassurance to those you leave behind, and gives them one final reminder of who you were. When it comes to writing your eulogy, be honest about yourself. While those you leave behind will feel obligated to talk about the positive, you are under no such obligation. Will your children say you made time for them? Will your partner say you were thoughtful and loving? Will those who knew you say you always did your best to live a good life? Or will they wish you had done more to be a better person? It is okay if you realize you could have tried harder. It's never too late to change. So revisit your eulogy on a regular basis and reflect on what kind of legacy you're currently leaving behind and how you can change things so your eulogy reflects what you would want it to say. At the end of every day, take a moment to look back and reflect. Journaling is becoming increasingly popular because it helps us take stock of where we are and where we would like to be. Take 10 minutes each evening to answer these simple questions. If you don't wake up in the morning, would you be happy that this was your last day? What would you do differently if you could go back in time? Would you change how you interacted with people? How will you use this reflection to have a better day tomorrow? Did you meet your goals? Set a small number of actionable goals for tomorrow that will help you have a better day and help you work towards a more virtuous life, whatever virtuous means to you. Remember, Stoicism is a practical philosophy, so this will help you bring it into your daily life. Meditate on your mortality, literally. We've already discussed the benefits of meditation. You can use this ancient practice to help you accept the inevitability of death and support you in living your best life. Again, you may want to record this script and play it back to help you focus while you meditate. If you do that, leave some time where appropriate for you to reflect on the questions. Meditation on death. Sit down and make yourself comfortable, ensuring your back is supported. Take a moment to focus on your breath. Observe it as you inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. As you inhale, feel that breath filling you with warming energy, helping you relax. And as you exhale, breathe out any negativity, any stress, any worry. Continue to inhale that warming energy and exhale any negativity. Now, as you inhale, feel yourself sinking down, 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 going deep into the earth. You feel perfectly safe. Nothing can harm you here. You find yourself standing on the edge of a river. Ahead of you is a small boat, a tall, silent figure dressed in black, waiting patiently in the boat for you. He holds out a hand and beckons you to join him on board. You realize this is the river Styx, and this is the ferryman, come to take you to the afterlife. Once you cross the river, you will never be able to return. This is the end of your journey. Once you cross the river, you will be at peace, free from fear and pain. But once you cross this river, you will never be able to see those you love again. You imagine how everyone you know will feel when they learn about your passing. What will they say about you? Will they say you lived a good life? Will they say you always try to do your best? You think about the decisions you made that you regret. How did you learn from those experiences? How did you use them to do better in the future? Now think about the moments when you were at your happiest and felt content. What were you doing? How could you have brought more happiness into your life? The ferryman beckons to you again, and you shake your head. Now is not your time to travel with him. He nods, knowing you will return to this place again. You feel yourself traveling back to your body. Take a moment to appreciate the simple fact you were alive at this time, with a future of possibility ahead of you. Notice your breath again, feeling gratitude for your life as you inhale and exhale. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Summary. Reflect on your own mortality on a regular basis. This will help you appreciate what you have all the more. Read biographies and autobiographies about death and dying. Plan your funeral and write your own eulogy. At the end of every day, take a moment to look back on